Anthropogenic noise has been shown to have detrimental effects on animal hearing thresholds, communication, movement patterns and foraging, which had a direct effect on individual fitness and population consequences are relatively poorly understood. In marine environments, noise pollution can come from a number of sources, including motorboats. And there are 12.5 million registered motorboats in the USA alone. This paper looks at the effects of motorboat noise on survival, physiology and performance of a prey species when exposed to a predator.
I'm not a fish, but if I were, I would find this exceedingly noisy. Pomecentrus amboinensis, a delightful little fish which goes through a larval stage in the pelagic zone of the seas. When it settles into a new reef system, it is a naive, juvenile fish that, for the first 5 days or so as it acclimatizes, undergoes a natural 50% mortality rate, meaning that some fishes will die, while only half will live. The dusky dottyback, or Pseudochromis fuscus, for those of you who speak Italic, is one of the main predators of our beautiful damselfish. And what we noticed in a control that we set up with no anthropogenic noise whatsoever, we noticed a 79% survival rate in our damselfish. That means, of course, that while we may have 4 in this selection that live happily ever after, 1 meets his demise and his maker. Repeating the experiment, we added noise from motor boats. These were recorded, of course, and played over underwater loudspeakers to understand the effect this may have on damselfish survival rates. What we found was that we had only a 27% survival rate with noise. That means the predators are eating more damselfish when there is noise present. That begs the question, why? As is normal, we represent the Ambon damselfish, Pomecentrus amboinensis, with a yellow ball, whereas the predatory dusky dottyback, Pseudochromis fuscus, is represented by a sinister red. This sequence sees a predator fish attacking prey, our damselfish, in a natural environment without the anthropogenic noise. Very often, strikes are unsuccessful. Predator comes, oh, and a narrow miss! Prey goes free, while the predator goes hungry. When we introduced the sound of motorboats running, strike rates increased greatly. In fact, predators required 74% fewer strikes to capture prey. In fact, predators took 2.9 times as many prey items consumed, which makes for happy predators.
Metabolic rate can be used as an indicator of stress, and we found, in the presence of angry noise, our fish consumed 33% more oxygen. That indicated an increased metabolic rate and some highly stressed little fishes. This stress can lead to other physiological consequences.
In an elegant experiment, we thought to demonstrate the effects of physiological chronic stress by introducing a student who will first run as normal, timed. Go! Chronic physiological stress in fish is difficult to replicate with students. However, as a substitute, we have piled on examination stress. Your whole career depends on this. Go! You will notice, under great stress, our performance is not nearly as quick as it might otherwise have been. One might think, under normal circumstances, that when approached by a predator, a prey item might flee. But we found that when motorboat noise is in the area, that prey is 6 times less likely to startle, and that predators can get 31% closer to the prey before they are startled. He notices nothing. Results are in. Anthropogenic noise causes chronic stress in fishes. Chronic stress leads to lower mobility, slower movement generally. The noise is frankly distracting, and it ends up with fish who are no longer as vigilant as they ought to be in order to protect themselves from the dangers inherent in the ocean in everyday life. Predation is higher. That is not something to celebrate if you're a damselfish. Mark, in the field, what do you have to say?
Our study has shown that motorboat noise has serious consequences to our study species. This could be a conservation concern and should be investigated further on varying life history stages in other species. And I guess it's my job to go and find out.
Well, let's try that. As standard, we represent the... No, I can't remember what it's called.
Take one.
Anthropogenic noise has been shown to... I need to start again. It's too cold.
It's so freezing!
Our experiment introduced fishes to... No, I'm going to start that again. Sorry, let me just take a look at this. The dusky, dotty-back, We repeated the experiment introducing. I think we'll pause there. That's me saying...
Our study has shown that motorboat noise has a serious And if we would change the auto cue, then I would continue.
For science, Mark, for science.
Yesterday was